Champion. Lorie Rymer is the man for the job.
We need a man
Who would fight for your cause and never back down.
a true champion.
Exposing their ways, he don't play around. And
It's time for change.
millions lost in gratuity.
Sell up we land.
Nothing leave back for you and me, what a shame. The sun is setting for change. And if you need a true leader, vote for Lorie Rymer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lorie A. Rymer, a candidate for election to the seat of the 9th Electoral District of Anegada and Wajangada in the upcoming general election on the 7th of November 2011. I am seeking to be your next representative because I am confident that we can do better than is now the case. You may not have seen me on board of the district vessel, although I have been the petty officer on it ever since the term of the Honorable Real George in 1971-1975, offering advice to the captain. Most of my time, of course, was spent under the deck checking the bilge for leaks, especially in the area of the Gava Streak and the budmouth at the keel. When on deck, I was the one who was responsible for checking the riggings, the sail and the main sheet, etc. In the almost 36 years, your vessel has not fared well enough in the choppy seas, going hither, thither and yon. You the people have not done as well as you should have in terms of the land, in terms of ownership, affordability and accessibility. Your representative has failed you when it comes to the matter of lands. As you know, there are 9 or 10 areas which have been set aside as national parks that contain several thousand acres, which are off limits to you, some of which could be used for building villas, hotels, restaurants, etc. Have you ever been consulted on these matters? You know the answers, don't you? My dear people, do you think that those other people should have access to most of the prime lands, for example, beachfront property, while you and your children are forced to live on what one could refer to as the reservation? The incumbent representative has had 36 years with which to deal with such matters on the basis of law, fairness, and equity, but again, he has failed you. Again, the incumbent representative, Honorable R.T. O'Neill, has no answer as to why the people of this district still do not have medical facility sufficiently capable of treating persons who may be in great need of urgent medical care and evaluation. Surely he cannot say that the country did not have the money to do so, because you know that we have managed somehow to spend several $1 million on projects such as the greenhouse system for no good reason. I suppose that the incumbent representative must have gotten his priorities mixed up. It is doubtful whether any one of you would disagree with me when I say that the captain of the district vessel has lost his sea legs and his ability to navigate the waters to a better tomorrow for you and your children. He has not been sailing the vessel well, for if he were, he would have been consulting with you from time to time on matters of better representation, on matters of having some of the registered agents who are working in the financial sector to live in this district so that they may rent your houses and our apartments and buy from our shops and so on. And in doing so, improve the economy of these communities where there is much hardship amongst the people of the 9th Electoral District. Who among us could say that a district vessel, your vessel, is being sailed well by your incumbent representative, where you should be a passenger, but in fact you have been left behind? You have been left behind in terms of lack of services, in terms of the lack of infrastructure and the lack of proper planning. Ladies and gentlemen, in fact, your employer now has the right under the Labor Code of 2010 to take up to 7.5% of your gratuity money. Although we know that they have been taking the gratuity money in order to make up your salary, Without any question whatsoever, we know that the gratuity should be kept apart from your premium pay, since gratuity is for services rendered by you, the employee. I believe that 100% of the gratuity money belongs to you, the employee, alone. Instead of taking your money from you, I shall endeavor to raise the $10,000 deduction to $15,000, thereby letting you keep more of your money. My dear people of the 9th Electoral District, it is about 3 years now since I have put myself forward to be the next representative. One only has to look at this district in order to see the neglect and the lack of services for you, the people. This district contributes more money to the consolidated fund of the Virgin Islands than any other district. Yet, ladies and gentlemen, look at the way it looks. Look at your roads, your sidewalks, pools of stagnant water in the drains. As you know, in order to do projects in the district, monies must be allocated in the budget. But sadly, very little has been so allocated for this district in the 2011 budget. Let me give you a few examples. The medical facility, the Brigado Flax Educational Center, the leaky roof at the Robinson O'Neill Memorial School, the community centers, etc. No monies have been allocated for these projects. Yet at this time, when the government is but a caretaker government, and as such does not have any lawful authority to start new projects, for example, the new drainage project opposite the marina, paving of roads, etc. It seems as though this is but one of the many campaign ploys taking place at this time. So it is with confidence that I say to you, my dear people, that I am fully qualified and knowledgeable and ready to take the tiller of leadership, a tiller which has been tied with a rope, so to speak, by your captain. It is no wonder then that the district vessel is tossing in rough, turbulent seas going south. South, I say. It is time to bring this vessel back to port to do the necessary repairs before heading back to sea with me as your new captain. If you join with me and with the others who have asked me to step forward in order to take the tiller, then I shall be your new captain and the district representative. These are some of the issues that I shall endeavor to accomplish on your behalf, such as an upgrade medical facility sufficiently capable of treating persons in trauma and in need of other medical intervention and evaluation, the separation of passengers and cargo at all ports of entry, standby electrical generation on Virgin Gorda with a capacity of at least 5.5 megawatts. We shall move to renewable energy such as solar, wind, and tidal action. We shall seek to bring barge loads of stone from Virgin Gorda and Tortola to fortify and mitigate against beach erosion in Anegada, extending the intake pipe and valve of the reverse osmosis plant on Anegada directly into the sea, thereby minimizing the chances of many waterborne illnesses such as diarrheal diseases and possibly cholera and E. coli, etc. We shall seek to create well-appointed parks in the communities. We shall seek to acquire an incinerator, raising the level of the Lee Road with proper drainage and sidewalk, as well as sidewalks throughout the district. We shall seek the establishment of government-built community centers, a place where one could learn the following arts and crafts, including painting, making condiments and confections, bottling of local juices for sale. We shall seek the allotment of lands, and we shall endeavor to make lands available to residents of the community, especially to the young people. We shall seek to see to that the descendants of the 5 men who spent more than 70 years working the land at Long Bay and paying taxes on it, namely Wallimore Creaky, Oswald Creaky, William Rymer, Reginald Rymer, and Orlando George, that they be given the right of first refusal on the allotment of portions of that land. In the area of development, we shall seek to create opportunities for qualified Virgin Guardians to acquire land at Long Bay and other areas so that you can build guest facilities for rental so as to be stakeholders in the tourism sector. We shall see to the revitalization of the Gun Creek Dock area to include shops, etc. We shall be bullish on job creation. We shall see to the need to have a properly trained workforce, thereby eliminating the need for imported labor. We shall seek to empower small businesses. We shall seek to support and to empower our people to create small businesses with full facilitation of the National Bank of the Virgin Islands on soft terms. We shall seek training and education and the teaching of woodwork, auto mechanics, plumbing, and computer skills. We shall seek to encourage the young people of the district to take advantage of all opportunities of the marine aspect of tourism. In the area of sports and sport tourism, we shall seek to pool our resources to have one of the finest swimming facilities on Virgin Gorda, which could give the young people of the community all the exposure in international swimming competitions. We shall seek to invite other groups such as FINA and the world governing body of swim meets. This will also add much value to Virgin Gorda's productivity and bring in much needed revenue during the slow periods. We shall seek that Anegada will become the mecca for bicycle racing and for various other sports. We shall seek to have an 18-hole golf course in the South Sound of Virgin Gorda. We shall seek to have a fitness and wellness center. We shall seek to continue to develop sport fishing and fishing tournaments. And on the matter of communication, we shall seek to have the establishment of a locally owned radio station on the island of Virgin Gorda. On the matter of honorarium, we shall seek to have a memorial plaque erected in the valley and inscribed with the names of those who divested themselves of their lands in preference to Lawrence Rockefeller in order to build Little Licks Bay Hotel and the airport so as to provide a modern economy for the Virgin Islands. On the matter of the labor code, we shall seek a number of amendments. We shall seek to correct by amendment, for example, the labor code of the Virgin Islands, which authorizes the employers of the companies the right to take up to 7.5% of your gratuity for administrative costs. There are some people on the voters list for the 9th electoral district whose name should not be on the voters list for the 9th electoral district of Virgin Gorda and Anegada. We have the names of the incumbent, the Honorable Mr. R.T. O'Neill, his wife, Idris, and their daughter. They should not be on the voters list for Virgin Gorda. We also have the names on the list of Dr. Hubert O'Neill and his wife. They should also not be on the list for Virgin Gorda. As you know, I am not registered in the 9th electoral district. I am registered in the 7th. And I wanted to tell the truth. That is why my name does not appear on that list. However, I am fully qualified to run for the seat, and that's exactly what I am doing. I shall take legal advice if it becomes necessary on that matter when the time comes. Again, ladies and gentlemen, let me humbly and persuasively as I can ask that you go out to the polls on Monday, November 7, 2011, and elect me, Lorie A. Rymer, a brighter sunrise for District 9. Remember that the sun is about to set on the old style of politics as we await the dawn of a new day at sunrise. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you and thank you.
A champion. Lorie Rymer is the man for the job.
We need a man
Who would fight for your cause and never back down.
a true champion.
Exposing their ways, he don't play around. And
It's time for change.
millions lost in gratuity.
Sell up we land.
Nothing leave back for you and me, what a shame. The sun is setting for change.